Good morning, world! Yep. Sorry, today's stream might be a little bit less, intact than I suppose I'd like it to be. But we're doing more Metal Gear again. I thought it would be fun to at least try to give that one a second one, and I am seeing buffering already. That is never a good sign. But I suppose that with that, we'll just do that. I did a few things off camera earlier, just to sort of try to unlock a little bit of extra stuff. Yeah, but I really don't know what's up with the I really don't know what's up with the environment this morning. For some reason, it's just not doing what I'd like it to do. But yeah, I guess I'll just roll with it and see how well we can make it. In the worst case, I suppose that we'll just, well, we might just chalk this one up as a loss and go from there. Yes, we are finally in Africa. I mostly did this, I wanted to at the very least get to the point where I had a little bit more to mess around with. Because, you know, it'd be a little bit boring if I was just, playing completely optimally. Though, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but, it's just a little bit less, entertaining, I would think. But, that's just, kind of how it is at times. But yeah, I would agree that the environment here is a little bit more diverse compared to Afghanistan. Let's see then. But yeah. I certainly am hoping that the overall quality isn't too bad today, though it's hard to say for certain where that's going to end up going. Unfortunately, I always found that kind of interesting too. It sort of has a bit of an interesting perspective on, just the importance of language to people. Kind of like how the idea that that culture and language are downstream from one another. It sort of feels like it comes from that idea a little bit. It's also makes it a little bit more interesting when things like the fact that Snake forgot all of his second languages, though whether or not he ever actually knew them is a question that you can't ask, and I think it's kind of an interesting thought. The fact that he doesn't know Russian anymore. But, part of me does wonder. Just gotta get back into it all. But yeah, it is all very interesting. I haven't really ever listened that carefully to it. I guess I'll have to take a look. I guess I'll have to listen a little bit more carefully one of these days. Though every language does have its own nuances to it. We'll just pretend that I got him on the first shot. Because because I guess those vests, man, can't shoot through them. All right, but anyways, yeah, but this is the least practical stealth option. That doesn't worry me at all. This mission always ended up really messing me up because of the way that it is. Oh, even at its most quiet, it still makes it still makes little noise. It still makes more noise than Snake moving. And yet it's ironically less. It's ironically less. It's ironically more loud. That one always that part of it always made me laugh. Okay, let's see. I can get... Nope, that wasn't it. Oh well. I did this thing once where I, like off camera. Oh no. Well, yes, that's, we can work with this. We can work with this. We can try to... Gotta try... We can't... Just because we're, in unideal conditions doesn't mean that we can't, you know, get a win out of this. But that's what I get for trying weird stuff. Basically, I did this thing where it was off camera, but I got a situation where I got, where I hit a guy, where I had D-Walker basically punch a guy, and while he was in the air afterwards, I was able to actually hit him with the, I was able to get a headshot with the trank afterwards. It was really funny when it happened. Beyond impractical, though. Beyond impractical. Now I've got to find him myself. Yeah, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do it again, just because it was really hard. It was really hard to get. It's kind of just one of those, you know, really perfect things that you do sometimes. And I guess now we're going, well, we're gonna try to see what we can do with all of this, because I mean, this is admittedly a mission that I always had a little bit of trouble getting through, but the way that it always ended up going was I don't really know the layout of it very well. Like, I know where a few prisoners are, but I don't know where the objective is. I guess it is at least a little bit more exciting to have more of a firefight going. And that was weird. Oh, there's a lot of stuff over there. Uh-oh. Looks like we got some weird visual stuff going on there. Oh dear, is that buffering? Or is that just dropping frames? Oof. Yep, I admit. I feel like this one's not going to go perfectly today. But I suppose that, you know, they can't all be perfect. I don't know what's going on today specifically, though. Doesn't feel to me like one of those really high energy days, I guess. Maybe because it's Friday. I'm almost worried of how Sunday is going to be. Ooh, that certainly would be a concern, wouldn't it? Okay, so maybe there was something in here I could find. Well, I guess I gotta wait for that then. You know, that's the weird thing. The weather's really not very bad at the moment. And again, I guess I do see some clouds out there, but I don't know. It's just, it's not that, like, really bad or anything. So I don't know what's causing it. Maybe I'll try, maybe next time I'll try rebooting my PC before it all starts. I'm especially worried about Sunday because that one is going to be, well, it might be at peak hours. And alongside that, the weather is going to be a bit poor, to say the least. So I guess we'll just have to see how that goes, because I am very concerned about that one. I love D-Walker's nasally voice. It's really cute. I don't like getting shot at. That's really uncute. That would have been pretty good if it had only been one shot. Ah, well. Oh, wait. I think I do remember where he was. Now, the question is, do I use prior knowledge now? Because is that considered, is that something you should, is that something that should be considered okay to do? I guess that's just a personal opinion thing. But it could be considered cheating in a way. Nothing wrong with that, I suppose. Definitely don't have that much prior knowledge of the layout over here, though. But yeah, I really don't know what's up with any of it. I've tried a few things to get the connections better. It's just that I'm not able to get the kind of upload speeds I typically am looking for. It's a bit frustrating. But I guess it is what it is. It's just kind of how they are sometimes. Let's see. Now I remember there was something over here. And if I remember correctly, it's the guy we're looking for. I don't think it's here, though. No, wait. It was... Yeah, I really don't know how it is for the most part. It's one of the main reasons why I'm really afraid that I may never really be able to get any good... I probably will never be able to get a good stream for an online game, just because the kinds of because I'm just afraid that like the speed won't ever be good enough, or I won't have enough bandwidth for it. I'm working on solutions where I can, though. It's just that some of them cost a lot to get done, and it's just, you know, it's a bit frustrating, but, you know, that's just kind of the nature of things. It all comes with compromise, naturally. But I won't let that stop me. After all, I've had good streams before, so surely I can make them happen again, right? Actually, we might get a combat alert now. May as well try to see if we can actually read that now. Yeah, but there's a lot of reasons why D Walker is my favorite buddy. He doesn't give any back talk. And there we are. All right. And this one should tell us where he is. And we've got more buffering. What fun. What merriment. What do I do to fix that? Oh no. And unfortunately, I have a feeling that 10% of this stream is going to be actually unwatchable. Possibly more as time goes on. That's very unfortunate, to say the least. But I suppose that that's just kind of how it is. Oh well. Just have to roll with it and try to do better next time. Though I don't quite think it's so awful, that it's, that I should just call it off entirely right now. It could get better, maybe. Unfortunately, I'm not quite able to reach the usual average that I'm looking for on a stream, which is about, I think, 6 megabytes per second. But I suppose that just talking about me having a bad internet connection is, you know, a bit much. Or a bit boring, more specifically. More specifically, the, you know, it's just, you know, me sitting down talking about, you know, how, you know, I shouldn't be getting all like that, and I think it, oh dear, afraid that I've almost completely dropped a fair bit of the stream. I don't blame anyone if they decide that this might not be considered enough. But I suppose that's just kind of how it is. Let's see. All right. Now we'll try to get that over there. Yeah, but I'll definitely have to look into my options a little bit further in the future. I suppose that I could do graveyard shift themes if that streams, if that's what it has to come down to. My only real fear with that is just that it might be a little bit unwatchable. In the more literal sense that something can be unwatchable. Well, we can just keep on. No, that wasn't it. I'll get it one of these days. It's funny, the first time I tried that, it worked. Nope, that is not good at all. Maybe in the future I should try, I need to do more I need to do more connection tests next time. Maybe try restarting my computer, see if that does anything. Though I don't know if that would really mean much of anything. Yeah, I got no clue on that one. I guess we'll see what, you know, comes of it all in the end. You know, there's just there's options. There's options. Provided we are willing to try them, at least. Ugh. I tell ya. Okay. Actually, now that I think about it, this might be the first time that I've done one that had this might be the first one that I've had where where I just kind of walked out of the hot zone. You know what? Let's do that. Now let's see over here. Oh, another reason why this is very unrealistic. When you really think about it in reality, there is no way you could get it in the 80s. You could get an engine this silent. Or at least I refuse to believe that. And again, honestly, there's not many engines this silent. Oh no. Touche, I suppose. Touche. I guess that's just the nature of fiction. It can't all be massively realistic. That'd be boring. Oh. It seems I've run out. No, that's why we have resupplies.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested.
Now I guess I'll just go mess around with these guys and see what they all have to say. The big thing I could think of is having the high profile. Like being able to have like really tall stuff. Like you could think it could be, you know, like you've got more you know, you could think of it more like having a you know, it would let the vehicle be able to have more of a presence. So rather than just sort of existing, or it would sort of let it be able to have there's a lot of benefits to things being taller, typically. Like it can see, you know, you get more of a better vantage point, more of a it's really funny to get them like that because they scream a lot when they do. But anyways, yeah, but there's more of a There's more of a vantage point benefit to it. The only major issue with it is, of course, anybody who's watched any of the Star Wars movie knows the big problem with them. But, you know, it's all about the give and take. Yeah, that probably is true. Certainly would suck if your super cool mech just kind of fell over because it stepped on a pebble. But then again, isn't that half the reason why we do want walking tanks? Because it's cool. Yep. Unfortunately, that... Yeah, we're not looking... I don't know for sure. It at least looks like things have somewhat improved, though I don't really know how long that'll last, which is a bit frustrating.
Your job is to eliminate them all. Destroy them, extract them, whatever you see fit.
Ooh, I remember this one. I do remember this one. This one is a very frustrating one. Mostly just because of a lot of the sneaking. It's not really that frustrating as much as it is just a, it's not so much frustrating as much as it is a bit of a, oh yeah, getting the balance right. Yeah, getting the balance is the big problem. Because in reality, it's really easy to topple over. It's especially bad if you don't have a machine that's capable of getting back up after falling over. Like, if you really think about it, how much effort it takes to just stay standing at times. It's part of the reason why there's an epidemic of people with bad posture these days. Now let's see where I can hide you. Because we're going to go in quiet. Very quiet. Oh dear. I do admit that in previous stream attempts, YouTube has told me that I get bad, speeds with my, for the sound. I don't typically get. I did. I didn't know. I'd never heard of a Sahelanthropus before this one. And there we go. We can. That's one of my. That was one of my topics. We could do big words. Unfortunately, I can't really think of many off the top of my head. Okay, we're gonna get him. See, that's how you do it. And I'm afraid that it might have buffered all the way through that. Darn, that sucks. Oh well. That's just kind of how it is, I suppose. Oh well. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to see. I guess I'm just gonna have to see what I can do in the future as far as buffering stuff is concerned. Gotta make sure I cut the phone off. Don't want too much noise after all. I swear that by the time this is over, I'm going to probably be able to... I'll probably be so good at optimizing internet connections, I'll be able to get 10 megabytes per second, and no matter where I am. Or at the very least, I'll be relying exclusively on... Actually, I really don't know what I would be able to, because the way that the bands work is really weird. Unfortunately. Like, some of them are really good about the way that they handle stuff, but others aren't. Yeah, this mission always... The main reason why I kind of have some bad memories of this mission is because of the total stealth version of it. That is a very frustrating experience. Mostly because I'm hypothetically good at stealth in this game. Oh. Guess I'll just have to well, I guess that's how it is. Oh, I guess we'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. They've got theirs, and I got mine, of course. They'll regret not just pretending I wasn't around. Let's see, there's one more. I guess it can be argued that mine was the better one. You know, one thing I thought was kind of funny was that there's no option for like a gas mask or anything. And I don't really know if any of the headwear that exists in the game actually is usable for anything. The only thing other than, but there really isn't much outside of the two bandanas that Snake gets. And for the staff members, you can equip them with balaclava. Are you kidding me? That was an S rank. This is what I hate about this game's scoring system. Like, seriously, look at that. Look at that. Also, I got the ostrich rank. That one's the best rank. But look at that, it doesn't even care. Yeah, but I thought it would have been kind of cool if they like added gas masks or something. Because they were, because they just they exist in the game. Like, some enemies will use them, and there's actually kind of a use for them. Like, if you really like using the, yeah, smoke or gas, but unfortunately it's just not a thing here. It's really frustrating, you know? Mm. Yeah. Batteries ran a little low. I think it'll last the remaining hour and 30 minutes. I guess it's not too much of a loss if that ends up being the case, though. Now let's see where the next one is.
Please
I'm on a roll here, though.
mission accepted. The map has been updated.
And that one's a bit of a ways away. But yeah, yeah, but it would have been nice if there were more options just in general. It does make me wonder how the game would have looked if it was actually able to be completed. The problem is that this game really doesn't play at all like 3 does. Like, it's similar in some ways, but the problem is things like the options for things like masks and what have you. They just don't exist. Like or the problem is that the game doesn't really seem to it takes after 3 in a lot of areas, but it also really doesn't in most others. It's one of the reasons why I kind of would have really liked it if the game had more of a if they tried something more like something a bit more like Metal Gear Solid 3, but with the open world setup, you know. Oh dear.
Boss, that's a serious injury. It won't heal on its own. You'll need
Not
to treat it with first
aim for the legs. I think this is the end. Also, I think this game does everything like Assassin's Creed style. Where you're just kind of able to where the game goes out of its way to make you keep going. Yeah, Peace Walker. It really plays like Peace Walker. I kind of always forget that one, that Peace Walker was kind of a precursor to what this one would end up being. Well, I guess that's what happens when you try to go against the guys in the riot suits. Well, I guess, you know. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Maybe I should try pulling out my own heavy artillery for this. I mean, surely they can't take that much, right?
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Or for all I know they can, and I am definitely just about to kill myself again. Oh well. Can't know unless you try. So I'll go up here now. And get him dealt with. This time. It's one of those things I'm just so unused to using it most of the time because it's actually, how much does it cost to use? Let's see then. Yeah, okay, so I'll
leave the rest to us.
okay, wait. So bombardment 9,000. Okay, you could do worse than 9,000.
It's a metal drum. They must use
Wait, did I do that wrong? I did, wait.
Strike requested. Please remain.
Well, let's see what happens there. Of course, knowing how these guys are, I'm pretty sure I'll take it, but I think I missed. Like, by a mile. Yeah, I did.
Strike will commence shortly.
Nothing wrong with a little overkill here and there. Alright. Suppose in that case we could also pull out the helicopter if things get a little bit too hairy. Now let's see if I have anything to grab up here. And on to the next thing. No doubt I'll probably find something along the way there too.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
It's one of the reasons why I really like the side missions. You don't have to feel like you're you don't have to feel as restrained when you're doing them. Like the game isn't forcing you to be more. You're just able to do whatever you want. You wanna, you know, bombard them outright. You know, that's an option. It's an option. May not be the best option, the most financially reasonable option. But it's always really fun. Kind of like the stealth camo whenever you finally do get access to that. That one's always just a good time to mess around with. Unfortunately, it can be a bit rough to, the game can be a little bit weird about letting you use it. Well, it's always going to be weird about you using it. Because it's definitely busted. Okay, and now I have to... Oh no. That is not good at all. Oh dear. Oh. Wait. Ah, yes. This is very much a fun one, every time. Well, at least I brought something... At least I brought something good with me. Gonna make sure that I am. There we go. I feel like I'm calming down at least a little bit. Not getting too worked up over everything. Didn't really see I'm doing perfectly quite yet, but yeah, let's do it. Let's do it the way that we're supposed to do it. We're not gonna. We are gonna try to get. We'll do this the way it's intended. Maybe I should drop in it. Oh, actually, on the topic of night, it's now daytime. Well, you know, it's all about adapting. It's one of the first big things this game teaches you how to do. Because if you can't adapt, you really won't get very far. Like right here. Sometimes you just gotta realize that it's... peace was never an option. Okay. Or wait. There's still people out here? There we go. Not playing at night right now. Though in all honesty, the game really doesn't give you much incentive to play during the day. Hey. you don't always need to finesse it, you know? Sometimes you just take it. Sometimes doing it, being really. Sometimes the easiest methods are the best methods. And I probably wouldn't call what I just did there the best option, but you know what? The best option would have been to pass a really high level charisma speech check. And that's unfortunately not an option here. And we're just gonna run now. Because I'm gonna need a lot more ammo for what's coming later. Ooh. Fun fact, I don't think I've ever actually Fultoned a zebra before. I don't hunt animals in this game. It's just not as much fun. Well, I'm not gonna go in without my buddy. We have to use the buddy system after all. Because if we don't, we're gonna end up getting hurt, you know. Always use the buddy system. And if by some miracle I don't end up getting seen, I will be kind of surprised. Yeah, no, restarts are for quitters though. Just because. Now. Yeah, that's the problem. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I personally prefer the way that, I prefer Metal Gear Solid 3's excuse for hunting animals. Only problem that I have is the, well, I guess I'm taking my time with this. Well. Yeah, but no, it would have been nice, but I guess they probably didn't want snake eating potentially endangered animals. Though I suppose that in their defense, I don't think there's any rhinos in this game. Maybe that would have made D-Horse a little bit more entertaining. Make him a rhino. I'd mean that. Okay, and now we have to figure out where on earth that thing is. I'm gonna have to ask if D-Walker can deal with the tank. I mean, I'll pretend that I don't kind of already know really well what I'm doing, but one can reasonably assume that, you know, there's probably a tank, especially if they are transporting nuclear components. Well, you got me there. Personally, for me, I think that the lack of stamina in this game is kind of a bit of a loss. But that's not it. I swear, I always mess up the buttons in this. Well. Is what it is. Guess I'm gonna have to see what I can do there. I have a feeling I'm really botching this one up. But I guess that's a lot of the fun of Metal Gear Solid 5. You can be as incompetent as you want. You know what? I think I'm doing kind of well here. Till I'm not. Now let's see if we can't figure out where that truck went. I have a feeling that that it might be too late for me to catch up with them now.
Extraction arrived at the mother base.
Well, D-Walker is the best buddy for a reason. You know, I don't see... I don't see D-Dog pulling out a minigun. And these guys are on really high alert right now. So much so that they're probably well aware of how I feel, of what I'm up to. Alright. But hey, at least when it's raining, I can just actually, though, now that you mention that, that reminds me when I did the mission where I had to get Huey. I got really fed up with having to restart from the checkpoint. Oh, no. Is that not it? So I am way off. Yeah, Quiet's a bit weird the way she operates. I have completely lost track of where I am. In my defense, I'm looking for a truck. And I don't think I'm gonna find him anytime soon because I think he's probably so far ahead of me that I think it might be a little bit too late for me to call it a day and for me to be able to say that it's that I can really call this one a win. Oh dear. But yeah, no, yeah, with Quiet, she's a the way that she her setup typically works is really good. Getting a lot of our stuff is a bit difficult though. Yeah, typically I just normally order her to do stuff. Telling her to go scout a place out is typically, in my experience, a really good way to get her, to about where you're going. I never really used D-Dog though much. Mostly just because I was just kind of found him to be a bit on the boring side, I guess. Typically people say D-Dog is the best buddy out of all of them, and I think maybe to a degree I wouldn't entirely disagree with that. He probably would be optimal, yes. But I don't use optimal. Because I'm just trying to have fun with it. Just me and my robot. Unfortunately, in this playthrough, though, I have not I have not found D-Dock yet. Maybe after this one I can... Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Enemy positions are really hard to figure out at times. Wait. What'd you think of that one? It's called Precision. I have a feeling I'm missing every one of these. Wait, we'll snipe. We'll do a minigun snipe. Okay, maybe not. Wait, where am I where do I need to...
Mission info has been
That it?
updated. The map has been updated.
Oh wait, it's gonna go through it. Well, I think I'm in the wrong spot. Oh wait, he's been marked. Cool. Cool. So that means now I know exactly where to go. Now, big question is, can I take out the tank with a minigun? One part of me really wants to say yes, but most of me knows for a fact that that won't be the case. At least not in the speed that I need it to. Well, that's how it is, unfortunately.
Boss, come in. Boss?
That was all on me. But you know what? I think I did pretty well, all things considered.
Extract the PF transport truck.
Till I didn't.
The Cypher's plans. You can view the escort unit's predicted route on your map.
Wait.
The target should link up with them somewhere along it.
I swear these are always so much more, these are always,
Enemy presence detected.
the checkpoints never really felt all that useful. I got a headshot off of that. I mean, it wasn't a very good headshot, but... Now let's see if I can get... this one cleared off. You know, I'm starting to get a bit concerned that I might be coming off as a bit bloodthirsty here. Maybe. Maybe. You see, it takes skill to snipe a guy with a minigun. And now we'll try to deal with that. And this is why I brought D-Walker with me. I can't remember if I'm actually allowed to use him here, though. I think I have a sniper rifle, so I can deal with that if I need to. I swear, these guys make the Power Rangers look modest. Now we just gotta keep our distance, and if we're careful enough... Well... I think I might not need to do that right now, D. Walker. Thank you very much for the offer, though. Yeah, this is a very frustrating part of the game. Oh. Well. That happened. That's how it is sometimes. No chicken hat, though. We're not cheating. We're not even using previously obtained information properly. I could have gone straight to that thing.
Extract the PF transport truck. Throw a wrench in the site.
Now I gotta go all the way back over there. I'm not gonna... I'm just gonna go right over to it. Skip these guys. Yeah, but these guys are really frustrating as bosses. Just because like the way there's just a lot of garbage you have to deal with them. I think the area that the thing was over here. Yeah, alright, okay, we got that. Cool. Cool. Now we'll... Oh no, it doesn't count this way. Oh. Well. Guess that happened. You know, it's all about the trial and error, though. If you're not willing to take a couple of losses here and there, you know, you'll definitely never win.
Extract the PF transport truck. Throw a wrench in the Cypher's plans. And view the escort unit's predicted route on your map. The target should link up with them somewhere along it.
Oh. That's one way to not do it. We're going now. Let's see if we can.
I have an urgent report from the intel team. The target has almost made it to Gazeba camp. We've got to hurry.
At least nice to know that it'll home right into him. This is at the very least the easier option because this one's the one where I don't have to fight a tank. Skip that? Yeah, I'll skip that. Because I do not feel like dealing. Oh no. Oh no. Nope. Not gonna go dealing with that. That is a lot of... Yeah, but these guys are very frustrating to deal with. They do a lot of needless garbage, I suppose I'd say. Really good at whittling you down as time goes on. Also, it's too early in the game to extract them. Which is always beyond frustrating. But hey, we got him that time.
I can't believe you took those things out. Now you just have to extract the target.
No, I can't extract that. So I guess I'll just
Truck. Drive it out of the hot zone.
guess I'll just take it with me then. Guess I'll have to make sure that. Honestly, I wouldn't really call these guys sci-fi though, that's the thing. It's really more fantasy, I'd say. Or paranormal. Paranormal is the better word to use, I think. Like there's a lot, like it's you know, weird stuff that works very well, or that doesn't feel like it should be existing in the world, but it does. You know, weird stuff like psychic powers and old guys whose eyes are still intact enough to be snipers. Very supernatural.
Development project has been added.
That
Mission complete, boss.
you're kidding me, right? 7 combat alerts, and that was considered an S rank. This game's scoring system is something else entirely.
Boss, we searched the...
That was probably responsible for the deaths of so many people. Oh, we just now got a transportation specialist. That's useful.
Side ops list updated.
This is an
Means that now we can steal people's cars.
undercover at the PF, Contract Forces of Africa. The CFA have captured them both.
Please
They don't have long to
specify
live.
project.
You've got to get them out of there ASAP. This means Cypher might be getting wind of our existence. We may need to move more cautiously from now on. I just hope this incident has nothing to do with them. I've added the details to your mission list.
Gonna have to make sure we start upgrading stuff where we can. Let's see here. Got some... If anybody says that the pain gave them PTSD, I do not blame you for that mentality. Because that is absolute nightmare fuel if you don't really, really like bugs. And I can assure you, I am among those people who really, really don't like bugs. I believe during one of my Spyro streams, in fact, I distinctly remember saying that I very distinctly remember saying that anything that has more than 5 legs really scares the crap out of me. Like, a lot. Okay, now I'm going to...
Support helicopter requested.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, but I never really minded the more crazy moments in the series. My only issue is just with the, my only issue is that they don't really want to... well, that's the point. That's the point. That's the thing. because it's very you know, it's very typical to just say that you're afraid of anything with more than 4 legs. 5 at the very least sounds at least vaguely that one sounds like you're not quite as much of a coward. I think about these things. Even though in reality anything that has 5 legs probably does scare me a lot. But nothing has 5 legs to my understanding. Had to make sure to get the pink helicopter going. This game gives you custom options and you just have to use them wrong. Right, let's see here. I completely forgot. Let's see. There we are. Gotta make sure I do it right. Yeah, but this is why games should never give you customization options. They will be abused. Horribly. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate allowing for custom stages was one of the dumbest decisions any developer has ever made. And then alongside that, letting you upload them to the internet.
Please select a mission.
I'd say that I pity those mods, but I kind of don't because they signed up for that.
Mission accepted.
Oh, kangaroos aren't that scary.
Deploying.
Kangaroos aren't that scary, so I guess, you know, that's a good thing. I guess that means that I'm at the very least a bit that at least means that, you know, I'm you know, maybe I am not as much of a coward as I thought I was. Still don't like anything with an exoskeleton though.
Two of our intel team members are being held captive by the PF in that area, the CFA. Your job is to rescue them. They don't have long to live.
Man, I know why he goes by Kazuhira. Because Benedict. That's just not as cool a name. I mean, at least Ocelot has a really cool name like Revolver. It's a very weird and unrealistic name. Don't know why his parents gave him that, but you know. I guess we all have our own histories to that stuff. Alright. I have never done this mission during the day now that I think about it. Can't tell for sure if my computer is dying right now. Yeah, kinda. I'll keep my distance at the very least. So that's kind of how I am with a lot of animals.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
I like them. I like them, but it's just, you know, they're... A lot of them are, I don't know, I've just always been kind of weird about touching animals, I guess. Man. Walker's making... I don't know. That homing system. Oh, I should have tried that. Oh well. Now let's hope we don't go getting those intel team guys killed.
Our staff member on the run last contacted us from that forest. The enemy PF already has troops spread out in a manhunt to find him. Keep your eyes open.
Nope, that is That is 6 legs too many. Or sorry, 5 legs too many. I am doing a great job here. Or so I'll tell myself.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
But I gotta make. But I have to make sure that I that I have D-Walker. You know, do a little bit of fisticuffs here and there. They only have 4 legs. Centaurs, I mean.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
I mean, they've got a whole lot of... Wait, what?
Boss, leave the intel files till later. The enemy's on combat alert.
Oh. This is interesting. I've never seen this one before. This is a new one. Isn't that exciting? You play a game you've already played before and you get something new and crazy out of it.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Oh. I guess that would be it. I mean, if that's considered, if entomology is based exclusively on that, and like how many limbs something has, then I guess centaurs would be something that would be the case. I guess next time you're watching any fantasy movie that has centaurs in it, you know, you gotta respond with something like, "That's a big bug." Whatever you.
Extract our man before their search team can find him. Check his location on your iTours.
Yeah, whenever you do that.
Enemy presence detected.
Let's see if we can't. Yeah. I'm very good at what I do. I'm kind of what you'd call a professional. That's still such an odd thought. Very fascinating, to say the least. This is definitely how the game was intended to be played.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
You know, all of Kojima's talks about how, you know, about non-violence and peace, and the game actively rewarding non-violent runs by providing additional resources and heroism to players that, you know, do play non-violently. All of that doesn't mean anything when I get a minigun. Yeah, may as well. Yellow. Yellow! I don't know. Well, the point of going in during the day is because you don't intend to go quietly. Okay. I feel like that just missed every shot. I'm getting some bad aim over here. But this isn't really a weapon that's designed to have good aim. Okay, so... just grab him.
That's the target. He's injured. Looks half-starved, too. There's no way he can stand the shock of a full extraction.
And now we'll just have to get out of there as fast as we can. Why do I have a feeling this is going to be another S rank? Am I speed running again? I have a feeling this is just me speed running again. Let's try to get through it all quickly though. That's really interesting. So, like, fish don't even, like, they don't exist in any kind of, like, scientifically speaking. It's a bit of a different, I've never heard that one. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, I always thought that they kind of, So like, is it all, like, all non-mammal sea life, or is it something else? Because that's actually really, interesting. I did not know that.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Yeah, that really is something different. That is a crazy thing. It's really crazy. You learn something. You learn something new every day, I suppose. Like, I learned that I only have so much control over how the internet works. I also learned that apparently there's no biological definition of what a fish is. So how are they classified then? Is it just like a general idea of it, or?
Mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional.
A rank. But you know what? I guess time isn't everything. That was very fast. Still got an A rank though. Which is especially insulting because I've spent very long periods trying to get the perfect stealth setup.
Boss.
Ah yes, more tutorials.
Update. Please select a mission.
It really never ends.
Unit dispatched.
One of the job offers we received concerns me.
Please select
There's
a
a
mission.
PF commander who's been talking
But I suppose that's just kind of how they are.
arms trade. This could be connected to that yellow cake. And there's another contract I'd like you to handle. It's a wet job, but we need to divert Cypher's attention. Check the mission list for the details.
Huh. Yeah, that's very interesting. So I guess there's no general idea of what a fish is. But there's sort of more, there's a bunch of different categories. Yeah, that is very new to me. It's a very new
Please specify a project.
yeah, that really is crazy. Yeah, like I said, learn something new every day. I did not know that. Now let's see what all we have over here. Trying to figure out if I have any more stuff I can upgrade. Alright then, let's move on to... You know, I should probably get this one out of the way because if I don't, it's going to kill me. Let's see, I think it was over
Heading to
here.
Afghanistan.
Actually, no, we'll do that. We'll do the sneaking suit. Even if it really accentuates Snake's thighs just a bit.
Deploying.
Alright. Let's see how this one goes. Oops, I completely forgot to get some of my more explosive stuff ready. I guess we'll just have to see how that goes. Now let's hope that this one doesn't end up completely destroying me like it did last time. But I'm more experienced now.
Has two objectives.
Got better equipment.
Scheduled to take up a post at Smart.
Except I'm gonna have to get a lot of it airlifted to me because I forgot to equip it before going in.
And his deployment plans.
But I guess that's just kind of how it is. Now let's see here. I don't have an explosive loadout, so I guess we'll just have to go in here.
Please specify a project.
And get a launcher dropped.
Develop supplies requested.
And I have a feeling that that is ultimately going to prove a very useless thing. Or something like that.
Boss, to take out enemy combat vehicles, you'll want to use explosive weaponry. Missiles, grenades, placed explosives. If you haven't developed these yet,
Now.
use your iDroid to give the order. Choose your weapon according to the situation.
Nothing quite like waiting for supplies to fall from the sky. I suppose that if the whole mercenary thing ends up falling through, these guys would be like really good. These guys could like be the next Amazon. Or I guess given the time period, the original Amazon. Though I suppose that this is what happens when... Okay, are we back? Alright, okay. Nice. I think... And... okay. So thankfully I was actually able to recover this time. Last time OBS died was, not very fortunate. It said something about not being able to connect to a server. Which is, definitely a shame. Now. Oh dear. That might actually be where a lot of my connection problems are coming from, though. Ugh. Thankfully, I was able to, at the very least, recover. Which is more than can be said for previous attempts. I know. Okay. Well. I guess I'll probably just try to get through this one, and maybe we'll probably call it a day from there. Yeah, I don't think an hour and a half is bad at all. I just don't want to get too comfortable with the idea of just giving up the moment that things start going a little bit wrong. You know what? After all, if I did that, I would just be... If I was used to doing that, I would just be doing that here. Because this is already turning into a complete nightmare. In a game, not on the stream. I'm mostly just gonna go up until about 12. That was at least my original plan, anyways. Mostly because I have work today. I wanted to get a quick stream in though beforehand. I don't want to end up getting too I don't want to end up not, you know, deciding I won't stream just because my own circumstances aren't ideal. I'll even give Sunday a shot, even though the weather that day looks to be pretty bad. Oh, did it not show back up for you? Oh boy, I'll have to definitely look over this replay just to see how borderline unwatchable it is. I admit, I need to do a bit better at that. I used to watch the replays all the way through previously. Mostly just so I could see roughly how I do, you know, stuff like that. Definitely contributed to me getting a bit more used to high sound. And I have no clue where those trucks are. Oh dear. Yeah, it really doesn't help right now that it's kind of hot outside right now. And because I don't really have any central air or anything at my place, it's kind of the alternative is basically ending up with a load of background noise. And I just don't want to be dealing with that, you know? I've worked with setups like that before, and it's just not that and it's just not very satisfying, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Now, where was that? Probably best not to try Fultoning him in the middle of a sandstorm. By the way, gotta like give Snake a hand. You know, he's able to just like, without any kind of goggles or anything, power through that sandstorm like it's nothing. Like, I really think that he deserves like that alone is something else. The lighting over there is actually really ambient now that I think about it. It'd be a lot prettier if it wasn't for the fact that I'm pretty sure everybody who's over there probably wants me very dead right now, but you know, it's just that's life. And that's life. Now where were those tanks? Now you're just gonna have to see.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Maybe they're further down the road. Well, not further down the road now if they're moving towards me.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
How did you get that way? I don't think I made that one happen. I mean, in recent days, I've been kind of going by that no survivors sort of thing, but I suppose that's just kind of how it is.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Now, let's see if we can't. Oh, it's nice that everybody seemed. Yeah, I really can't tell for sure if anybody ever. I can never tell when somebody leaves or not. Not that I blame anyone. You know, sometimes I understand that my streams can get a little bit iffy when that sort of stuff happens. Especially when we get unfortunate, nasty disconnects. There he is. Okay, not yet. Not yet. We're not there yet. Well, that's not it.
Hey, quit kidding around.
One of these days,
Snake!
I'll master it. But now I know where they are, so I can now do a proper ambush. Gotta think about these things. It's worked in the past. This thing can take a helicopter out of the sky. You don't diss it. I've made it work in the past. Like, seriously.
That colonel is supposed to be stationed in Sakai village. Where are you going?
Now let's see if we go up here. Unfortunately, I did not have preemptive strike there. That's not it. Not how you're supposed to do it.
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
Fair point. Fair point. But I'll make it work. Okay. I'll put a bunch of C4 on the ground. Worst thing about this is I can't remember if there is a second tank or not. Okay. So I'll do that. Put that there. To hopefully, at the very least, mess him up. And we'll wait. Up here. But I don't know how long it'll be until they get here. Oh, I feel like I'm going... I could speed up time. But that would probably end badly. Not yet. Worst thing is, I don't even know if they would have even shown up for me. They were close, but not that close. Definition of insanity here. No. Running away. Running away. And now getting shot at. While running away. Very cinematic. Very, very cinematic. And you know, I can't think of a classier way to do weed. Not that I've never done it. Okay, so let's see if gotta wait for just the right moment. And then when they do, then when they get right into position, there we go. And there we have it. Now that no, they had to. They had to. I don't have any of those yet.
Hey, quit kidding around.
You're not able to unlock them until like way later in the game.
Snake!
Oops, I equipped the chicken hat. Well, you know what? Too late now.
Stealth assist.
Because I'm gonna beat the I will beat this mission if it kills me. How did I get to the end of it? As but with the almighty chicken hat, I can make it work. Yeah, but unfortunately mines really don't exist in the early game. Yeah, they're just gonna pretend I don't exist. Let's see. This strategy's at all viable. Wait, see. Yeah, he's done. Alright, last tank. Is that it? No? Oh, that was some friendly fire. Sorry, D-Walker. Your sacrifice won't be forgotten, I promise. Well, there we go, I did it. All it cost me was my soul and my favorite buddy. Been a while since victories felt so hollow. But I suppose that's just how it is sometimes. Can't win them all, and sometimes in order to win them all, you have to lose a lot more than you ever hoped to lose. Get one of those more overpowered rocket launchers before I try this one again. Especially when you get that one that shoots like 5 rockets. Which, I don't know if we have anything like that, but it's pretty cool though.
Benzodiazepine derivative that's the active ingredient in pentazemin. This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Alright. Got a good 15 minutes left, I'd say. Well, since I don't know if this is going to get much better, this might probably be a good time to cap all of this off. Or maybe I could try doing another a quick mission. Try to, yeah. I'll do that. I'll do a quick mission. Just one last one to, try to get my, I really don't know. I always just liked having Take on Me on the helicopter because it's kind of funny. Well, not kind of funny. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Especially when you pull it in for support. As for whether or not the algorithm will pick it up, I have no clue. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't just a bit terrified at the thought, but hey, I guess we'll see what happens there. I guess the main point here to keep in mind, though, is that it was never going to be monetized anyways. I mean, I don't think anybody really ever monetizes streams, you know? Now, let's do an S-rank run of Where Do the Bees Sleep. That's fast. That's quick. And that'll probably be the last thing we do. I'm not gonna go in with a buddy because I really can't. It's best not to. Because unfortunately D-Walker will be dead before I get there. Now, for primary weapons, I'm gonna pull out the machine gun and the shotgun. Don't worry, it's really quick. It's really quick. It's really quick. And we're going all in on lethal. And let's do it during the day because we're stupid. We're gonna call it quits at 12, I promise. I've got like 10 minutes to do this. And I've got like 2.5 hours before my... Don't worry, we're doing this the way that it was intended to be done. The way that Kojima designed it. The only way to get an S rank in my book. We're also going in the most dangerous way you possibly can. And we need to make sure that we are very much ready. Oh dear. Or was it the other one I had to use? This is a very, very bad idea. I really hope P-Quad can take all of this. Oh wait. Gotta destroy that. Yeah. And there we are. The only real way to complete this one. Because this game does not like stealth. And there is no one in here. That would make sense. See, this is how the machine gun was intended to be used. Infinite headshots. Now let's hope that I can actually remember how to get to the end of this one. Alright, we're gonna get to the end of this though. Promise.
There may be evidence as to where they've hidden the target. Got a pair of night vision goggles on you? Who would have thought they'd hide it there?
So you gotta speed run it.
Here's the target. Now you just need to bring it back. Call the chopper from your iDroid. You are not. The order was to recover it with its ammunition.
Please don't die on me. Oh, jeez. Come on, just hold out a little bit longer for me. You can make it. Now we're gonna skip the cutscene for maximum speed. Also because that's not really why you wanna probably be. That's not why anyone's watching that. Wow, I can't see crap. All right. Get that. That's how you do it. Oops.
Boss, come in.
Yeah, yeah, like I said earlier, I have work today. I just want to try to make sure that I because I'm working night shift today, I'm gonna have to, I wanted to do the stream before I go to work. The Sunday, like I'm at least wanting to try running a stream on Sunday. I do not know how well that will go at all because unfortunately there are a lot of issues with that. Because, or at the very least, the weather's not looking too good that day. Things could change, obviously. Weather's never that reliable after all. But unfortunately, the, and there we have it. Cries not being able to Fulton skulls. And we're gonna put the helicopter down over here. Ah.
On board. Leave the rest to us.
But yeah, that is how you do a perfect run of Where Do the Bees Sleep. That's how they intended for you to play it. I promise. Now, where is that helicopter? That's what happens when you don't upgrade it. Takes like an hour to get to you. Now it should. Ah, there he is. Come on, Pequod, you Moby Dick reference, you. Get over here. The snake is referred to as Ahab in here, so I suppose that makes sense as well. He's also referred to as Ishmael. His has to be Moby Dick. I love how he says that with such urgency, even though there's really nothing to worry about at the moment. Other than maybe him kind of having a bit of a heart attack. Anyways. I would like to thank everybody for coming on in. I think I'm gonna call it a day from there. But thank you all for deciding to watch this admittedly kind of rough stream. I certainly do hope you were at least able to get a little bit of entertainment out of it. Or at least some background noise to work with. I got ostrich again. See? See? There you go. You got an S rank. But, you know, thanks again for all of you, you know, who decided to sit down and watch it. And I guess I'll be seeing you, hopefully, on Sunday, provided that my Wi-Fi doesn't totally die on me. But with that, I guess I'll see you all later. Bye!